times roll, and the Tulane fans are certainly ready for that. Today, two teams get set to square off in an intra-conference battle in the American. As we'll see, the Northern Illinois Huskies taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Northern Illinois about to kick it off as we get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Gordon. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Tulane's offense will start this game off. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you leave him, Jesse, going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Hand off from the shotgun. Runs for the tackle. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Handoff to the single back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Green Wave. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Northern Illinois Huskies offense has the ball for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over. He got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often. They hit him early. They got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David. Up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. It's complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asking to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, makes the grab past the marker. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down and distance like that, comes up with a huge 1st down.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. Complete downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Huskies with the 1st and 10. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Bring in the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gordon. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Quickly to the tight end.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Looks as if that'll be enough for a Tulane first down. They'll run this play from the pistol. He'll do it himself. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Now on second down. Here comes the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. On target to the left. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Makes the catch. It's Glass. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Tulane!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the catch. It's incomplete, and that drop might have cost him a big play on first down.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Back to pass on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Williams. On the move at the 30. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Creates a little room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So first down here as they go back to work. Quarterback making adjustments. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. They want to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's given. There he goes. Pulled down for the tackle.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
They'll go to the ground. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The Huskies come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
And the Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gets it out quickly. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Bringing it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first two drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, the inside give. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Caught near the sticks. It's Class. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Turner. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
All right, defense, it ain't working. Right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Got it in the middle. It's Glass. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. Looking to throw again. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. He got it. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They'll go to work, trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on 1st down. Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He gets his first one of the day out of there, and they used him 3 times in that loss last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Hauls it in. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for space. It's Rote. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Grab near the marker, it's Williams. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This Northern Illinois offense continues to move quickly. Quarterback on the keeper. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds his big tight end. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Pass interference. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll keep it on the sneak. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Powers forward. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Northern Illinois.
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
And he makes the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's McClure. He's got the 1st down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. Tulane right back to the line. Back to throw, it's McClure. Going to try to get it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Snagged in the middle, it's Gordon. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They punt it away on 4th down. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got him. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. One more snap coming before halftime.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in New Orleans for a fun first half than you? And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Yulman Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. About to start here in the second half. Tulane will kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Grab near the sticks. It's Williams. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. That is exactly why they call the running back the safety valve. They used it, and they used it to perfection.
Yeah, and you want to push the ball down the field. You want to make those big plays, but you see the defense. They bring the blitz. I got the running back open, dump it to him, let him do the rest, let him get the first down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They kick it away on 4th down. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. The the sure hands. It's Glass. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Second down coming up. Handoff to the lone back. Past the first down marker and still running. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. On target over the middle. Right down the gut of the field. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Tulane didn't start this drive with very good field position, but now they've got a chance to operate. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Touchdown, Green Wave. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Huskies come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, third and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Huskies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the right. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Gets it out fast. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? Man, you find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude, keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
Finding open areas. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
ground with the back. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. Makes the grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American Fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UAB is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Roddy White should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to East Carolina. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? Turning it on! Delivers the stiff arm. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. The Green Wave hoping that huge run puts momentum on their side. Looking down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Green Wave.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. Here's the handoff. Finds his way for 3 after the 33.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He'll pull it on the read. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Tulane to the line, facing 2nd and short. Got it behind the line. It's Turner. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Turner. Oh, a lot of space. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Caught behind the line. It's Lawson. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Looking to throw. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. And this one is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, Dave.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
The Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Tight end now in motion. The play action fake. Here's a heat. Working on the right. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Let's go. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Huskies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give is to Williams. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Off play action on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Talk about saving your best when the moment is the biggest. Nice job in the 4th quarter. Been grinding all day. Made the biggest run of the day when it counted the most. Picked up the first down in a pretty close ball game.
With the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on 2nd down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. Grabbed behind the line, it's Williams. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this one.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The Green Wave lining up, facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Glass. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Off the play fake on 1st down. Going deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Roach. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the 1st down. The give to the tailback. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll go right back to him. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got his man. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Give to the running back. Touchdown, Northern Illinois! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
He'll bring it out. It's Gordon. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Going right to work up top. Makes the grab. It's Glass. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Makes the grab. He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Under fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Corrals it at the 45. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. To give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, the lead is still 4. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Glass. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
caught in the backfield. It's Turner. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. Line getting set on second down. Looking for space. It's McClure. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Here's the shuffle pass. It's complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Tulane. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, I love the play call late in the fourth quarter now. You're just trying to get athletes in space. They throw it to him just short of the end zone, and he does the rest. And because of it, his team now has the lead.
And that extra point carries some significance. Now a field goal just ties the game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Utah State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Aggies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to North Texas. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
He'll keep it himself. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that 2-minute drill, man, you're searching for those first downs. You got to find them. Sometimes it's a run. Sometimes it's a screen. Whatever it is, they choose to run the football here. Still time, but we're still in that hurry-up situation.
To the air on 2nd down. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Man, is that good situational football. Understanding what they're trying to do. They're trying to get it to their speedster. I got to come up. I got to get him on the ground. Nice execution by this defense, and they're going to need more of it. Late in the football game, who's going to win this battle? Yeah, they got to move fast, and obviously you're going for this on 4th down, and you got to think about how many chunk plays I can get, move the sticks, get down the field. I got to get a score, Jesse, in this critical moment.
So start thinking about who are your best players and who needs to touch the football right now.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? When you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and all gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right